All right, Harmony Science Academy Algebra 2. We have radical and roots as our first official lesson into CBA 10. So let's go ahead and get straight into it. We've been here before. All year I've been talking to you guys about this, so this is time for you guys to shine, okay? So we're going to look at two problems. Let's look at number 1 first. Okay. Now, a quick message is that we've dealt with these before when we dealt with imaginary numbers, but we're not going to go there, okay? We're only dealing with real roots, so that it's actually a good thing, okay? All right. So we should have that conversation in class, but let me go ahead and move forward here, okay? All right. So we have this set up. Really, the main thing is we're tying now officially vocabulary to the concept we've practiced in the past, okay? Here's the index, here's the radical, and here's the radicand, okay? And while we're at it, here's a coefficient, okay? Just some number already on the outside. So what we want to do is we want to break this guy up first, okay? Now, this is serious business, right, a CBA, so I'm going to ask you guys all to follow your notes. And once you move on to your other math classes, you can do and take your shortcuts, okay? But keep it consistent with your notes. So this, okay, what does this become? Well, first of all, I need to factor this out, okay? So 2 times 81, right? Circle the primes. 9 times 9. Whoops, those aren't prime. Sorry. Okay. If I can still break them down, that means they're composite, so I keep breaking them, okay? 3 times 3. Okay, now I circle. I'm sorry about that. Okay. He is prime, he is prime. Okay, so I'm done with that, and this one's easy. Okay, this one becomes R times R times R. Okay, so everything underneath the radical, the radicand, we've got it all factored out. Okay, so let me go ahead and now squeeze it in here. The index is important, okay, because it changes. Pay attention to that. So we've got now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the 3 R's. Okay. Now, according to this index, I'm going to circle any number that repeats this many times. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. And also any variable that repeats at least this many times, 4, or exactly this index. Okay, 1, 2, 3, no. 1, no. Okay, so I've got the -6. Out of this guy's going to pop out a 3. Okay, and these guys are going to have to stay inside the radical. Okay, so I'm going to put the radical, but I'm already making a mistake. What is it? The index. Remember, if I leave it like this, it's an invisible 2. But no, they gave me a 4. Okay, so I'll put the 2 in there. I'll put this back together, and I'll finish it off. Okay, really that simple. All right. Let's go ahead and jump to this next one. Okay. Now, the only thing that as you guys work this out, just pay attention to when you have an even index, right? A 2, a 4, 6, 8, and an odd index. Okay. A 3, a 5, a 7, things like that. Okay. They're just a little different, so pay attention to them. Be on the lookout for those differences. That's a conversation for the classroom. Anyways, let's go ahead and start this one. So we have, once again, coefficient, index, radical, radicand. Okay. So, as a matter of fact, I picked this problem because it's got a negative here, okay, which is fair game with an odd index. We're still going to have a real root. We can't have a negative here with an even index because we'd go into imaginary numbers and we're not playing that game. Okay, imaginary roots. So that's a big part of what you're going to pay attention to. So anyways, let's go ahead and break up this radicand over here. Okay, so negative 24. Right. Check this out. Actually, I should do this. The negative, because of the index 3. Okay, so I guess let me B6. Okay. This negative, because of the index, can be written as 3 of them. 1 times a negative times a negative is positive times a negative is negative. Okay, so that's going to be important for you guys to appreciate how you can expand one negative into the product of 3 of them according to this index. Okay. I'll show you how that looks like in a little bit. Let's go to the 24 and break them up. 2 times 12. Whoops. 3 times 4. And 2 times 2. Okay. All right. And then the B is 6 of them. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. So now that I'm ready, I'm going to go and insert into the expression here. So we've got this would be a nice technique. Fill in the expansion, and then you can carry over the radical. Okay. So we're going to have negative, negative, negative. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 6 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Now, why do I have 3? Specifically because I observe the index is a 3. Okay, so if it was 5, I expanded 5. If it was even, I knew something's wrong for this lesson because we're not working with imaginary roots. Okay. All right. So let's go and play this game. Because of this index, I circle anything that repeats 3 times. He's all by himself, and I've got a B's gonna come out of here, and another B's gonna come out of there. Okay. So I've got the original coefficient. Now a negative comes, a 2 comes, a B comes, and another B. Okay. Maybe this will help. And he's the only one left. Okay, what did I do wrong? I forgot the index. Okay, that's going to be very important come grading because that shows that you're following along with what you're doing. Okay, so attention to detail. So I've got everything factored out of there. Now let's go ahead and put everything together. Negative times a negative is positive. I got 8. B times B is B squared. And I've got the cube root of 3. Okay, so that's pretty much all you're going to need, this kind of skill set for this part of the CBA 10. Now we need to practice in class. See you then.